All right, don't give up on Johnny Manziel just yet, despite the fact that he called his own rookie season a disaster. The latest Manziel quote coming from Bengals defensive coordinator Paul Guenther, who coached against Manziel in his first start. He said Drew Brees did it. I know Drew is a little bit thicker than Johnny, but about the same height. I don't see any reason why he can't do it up there. Manziel was such a high-profile guy coming out of college, and everyone expected what he did at Texas A&M. But it's a man's game. It's a lot different, and it takes time. You have to take your lumps a little bit. Now, this is interesting because he has a season under his belt. By all accounts, he's much more mature this year in his approach to studying and film prep and all that type of thing. So off the field, he seems to have things lined up just a bit better. But I'm wondering if on the field, size still remains the biggest issue for Johnny Manziel.
Not if you can play. I don't think it's an issue if you can play. There are guys his size that are already doing it. We don't question Drew Brees and his size anymore, right?
No.
No one questions Russell Wilson's size, right? Why? Because they perform. Under the pressure, under the lights, when that red dot is on them, they perform. So what Johnny has to get right now, what he has to become is a better quarterback, a football player. He needs to learn to read the game, play, and utilize the skill set that he has. Yes, you can do all of those things, but it has to come within the confines of that offense and what they want him to do on an NFL stage. It's that simple. Size has nothing to do with it.
Well, in this case, in the NFL, a lot of guys say that size does matter because you look at the quarterback position. Stop laughing, ED. And these guys are all 6'4", 230 pounds. Now, there are some outliers like Russell Wilson and Drew Brees. But you played with Johnny Manziel, Nate. It was in training camp. You saw him right when he got there. Did he show enough at the quarterback position for you to believe that he could be a successful NFL quarterback?
He didn't just show enough. He showed much more than we actually needed to see. Coming in, we knew what he did in college. So everybody was curious to see if he can have that same type of success, same type of impact, same type of wow factor on the field with a bunch of professionals. And he did that. Where he failed was he wasn't as consistent as we wanted him to be. And I'm pretty sure that he wanted himself to be. But there were days where he would go out and make a play that literally would stop practice. And guys will wow, and they'll whisper, and they'll say, this is why he got drafted so early. This is exactly why there was such a hysteria about him during his college career. But then the next day, he wouldn't come out and have the same type of success. Maybe it was a few errors, mental errors, something that was simple that he learned week 1, week 2. So those are the reasons why, people are still kind of up and the jury's still out about Johnny Manziel.
When you look at Johnny Manziel, something you said to me earlier was that he was a momentum guy, and that's the same thing that Guenther said. He said, we watched his tape at A&M, and we knew we had to keep him in the pocket. We couldn't let him create on his own, and if you can keep him from gaining that momentum, then he's a lot easier to stop.
That translates front runner.
You don't like that?
I don't like it. I don't like it.
It's not necessarily a front runner, though. It's a guy that can appreciate the moment. When he's playing well, he can go out there and almost elevate each and every play. It's like watching a good shooter. He makes his first shot, then you keep feeding him the ball. Same thing with Johnny at practice. He'll start off the first period, he'll throw a laser shot that really only Johnny can throw, and then all of a sudden, practice is amazing.
Let me just keep it simple. If Johnny Manziel's a stock, are you buying him right now?
Yeah, potential's there.
Potential's there. You buying him right now?
Still potential. I haven't seen that he can't do it. He hasn't been on the field yet.